Now, it's transformed communication, created its own language, fueled love affairs, political plots, and even brought a popular revolution onto the streets. It's now 20 years since the first text message was sent. Today, trillions of them are flying around the world, making a fortune for the phone companies in the process. But in this age of tweets and smartphones, has texting already reached its peak? Our science reporter Asha Tanner went to the Gadget Show in London to try and find out.
It's 20 years since the first text message was sent, and it's socially and culturally changed the way we communicate. We now send 7 trillion text messages globally each year. The very first SMS short message service sent simply read "Merry Christmas."
Hello.
Texting was a function for technology geeks and wasn't meant for the public.
Yes, hello.
Handsets were bulkier, and no one could have predicted the rise of the text boom.
Seems to be all kinds of people that are using it. You know, I text my mum, you can enter competitions, you can buy things with text messages. I get automated text messages whenever I get a voicemail and so on. So for better or for worse, you know, it's really changed how we interact with each other. Some people say it's a good thing, other people say it's kind of interrupted our normal social communication flow. Sorry, excuse me.
Children are usually the first to get to grips with new technology, and the advent of text speech had raised concern this would cause literacy problems. But one study claims youngsters who are fluent at texting have better language skills.
Text use was actually driving the development of reading skills in children. Text speak throws us as adults, but for children, it's a bit like being raised bilingual.
It's my dad's phone, and I use it quite often. I use it in the week. I prefer texting than ringing because I find it more, I enjoy it more, and I'm quite fast, so it's quite easy, and I sometimes send photos.
How often do you text?
About 4 or 5 times a week.
And has it changed the way you communicate?
No, I think it's just another element to the way you communicate these days, along with email and phone and mobile phone and so on.
Research across messaging habits found 18 to 25-year-olds send more text, on average 133 text messages per week. Men communicate via text more than women, but send shorter messages. Women are likely to send longer messages with more emotion. SMS messaging has not been without controversy. Texting while driving, text bullying, and then embarrassing or rude messages we all wish were lost in the ether. But with the rise of other social media communication, texting is fast becoming the granddaddy by technology standards. So is text messaging on the way out, though?
Well, for the first time, it seems as though the numbers for text messaging are beginning to waver a little bit, and we saw a couple of quarters of decline for the first time ever in text messaging history. And I think a lot of people are putting that down to social networking sites, things like Twitter and Facebook.
Is this the end of abbreviated speech like OMG, oh my god, and LOL, laugh out loud? It's doubtful. The language legacy of text will be much harder to delete.
IMHO, rather an interesting piece that. Now, after the break, making a movie out of an unfilmable tale. I've been to meet the Oscar-winning director Ang Lee, who's brought the magical realist fable Life of Pi to the big screen.